Hey, how you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Never know when it's actually coming on. There's a few times it says you're live, and I'm not live. I'm sitting here in the middle of talking, but my nose is itching. Somebody must be coming here. May I tell you, Bobby Dirkens here. Thanks so much for joining me. Second video tonight. A lot happening in Clemson football. It's the fall of the Roman Empire. I mean, let's go ahead and be honest with ourselves. It started about 2 years ago after we won that national championship, and then Clemson came out and thought they were the bull crap, and everybody, including the coaches except for Venables, thought they were the bull crap. Then over the past 2 years, they entered into the college football playout and then absolutely got their you-know-what ripped off over the past two playoff games, got embarrassed, looked bad and everything, made their mamas embarrassed. Preachers wouldn't even speak to them. Grandmas would use Alzheimer's and an excuse to act like they didn't know who they were. Anyway, just real quick, bunch of you getting in here. George, Clemson, Carson, May there to you, everybody. Just did a video. There's a possibility Dabo Swinney could be the front runner for the Las Vegas Raiders. If I was to call them Oakland, who cares? They were there for so many years. But anyway, here's the point. Clemson, if anybody goes, that's not going to happen. Remember, y'all said the same thing about 6 days ago about a guy named Brent Venables. Remember him? Yeah, world-class defensive coordinator, best thing that possibly ever happened to Clemson. Yeah, him. He's gone now. You remember that? All right, so that should recalibrate you. You should realize what reality is, and you should come back to said reality. Now we're talking about Tony Elliott. Tony Elliott has been linked to 2 jobs that just a few days ago. I had a bunch of people going, that would be a horrible move for Tony to go up to Virginia. I mean, that's not really the job. Listen to me. Let me explain this to you like I would explain to a 6-year-old why you don't eat chewing gum from out from under the table. Because that's what you're acting like. You're big school comes along, no matter if they're a winning program or not, they come to your coach who makes a lot of money. This is the key. Are y'all tracking with me? I'm trying to talk slow. Right? They offer him, get this. I don't think some of you are ready for it. More money. Let that sit and percolate for a second. They offer them more money. All right, Tony, you make $2 million a year. We're going to give you $3.5 or $4 million a year, and our program's been doing so bad or so mediocre. All we expect you to do is at least be mediocre, and we'll probably give you an extension and more money. All right, let me tell you this. I might look like I might have kissed my cousin a time or two. First of all, she's third cousin, and she's pretty doggone hot. And had her daddy, my uncle, not messed it up, we'd be happy together today. But I'm with Bonnie Dirkens, the lovely peach of my life, and everything's good. Although my cousin got a good set of legs, I'll have to hand it to her. That was always her selling point. But even I get... People go to work for money, you idiots. Not all of you. Some of you get that. Some of you are still, you're so stuck up that you're such a fan, you lose sight of reality. You're so stuck up the anus of the team that you pull for. Let me reach up in there with a glove, get your brain out from between your hemorrhoids and your nearest breached turd, and yank it back out into reality. People go to work for more money. Now, most of us out here, if our boss called us up tomorrow, another company called us up and said, we'll give you another $15,000. You'll just come over here. We'd already be gone. $20,000. Oh, we'd definitely be gone. $30,000. Oh, Lord. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands. In some cases, millions of dollars more. So before some of y'all who obviously can't operate, if old boy like me can operate a calculator, shame on you. If you can't get it, no matter how good or bad the opportunity is, money talks. And if it doesn't, that's the reason why some of you are broke. I'm just being honest. But apparently Tony Elliott has an interview with Duke and Virginia. He said even a few years ago he would have taken the Georgia Tech gig. He was really interested in it, and they hired Jeff Collins. That's when Tony Elliott was a really hot commodity. They just won a national championship. He was like, hey, I'd like a shot at it. I'm just telling you. But unfortunately, anyway. But the question is Tony Elliott going to leave Clemson? I don't know, but quite honestly, I kind of feel like yes. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, unless Swinney gets back to his old ways, and if he does, I'm going to tell you right now, we'll win the national championship. I'm just not seeing it. But if Swinney gets back to his old ways, and Tony Elliott leaves, and he calls up Joe Brady, and he says, listen, Joe, I'm going to give you $3.5 million to come down here and coach offense for me. And then he goes out and finds the best defensive coordinator he possibly can. Guess what happens? We're back on top. You saw what Joe Brady did 1 year with Joe Burrow. That was all Joe Brady. Everybody tried to tell me, Steve Ensminger is doing. Stevie Boy was there after Joe, and we saw what happened. Right? Shake your head for yes. Even if you don't want to, get somebody on each ear, even if it hurts, and pull your head yes. That's what happened. Grow a brain. Point is, some of y'all would stop acting like idiots and get it together. You'll realize that all Swinney has to do, hire Brady, hire a good defensive coordinator, and they'll win. But I'm going to tell you one of the reasons I think Tony will want to leave, aside from head coaching. All right? I'm going to tell you the reason why Tony would want to leave. Brent Venables is not there to clean up his mess anymore. Now, I know some of you are going to get pissed about that. I want to take you back to this season. It's not too long ago. The 2021 football season. How many times did Clemson's defense save us? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. I know you don't want to. I know you're over there, singing the alma mater, rocking back and forth, you half drunk, you're staring at co-eds in short skirts. Get your head out of the gutter. Tell me, how many times did that do? Every game. Simple math equation for you. It's a rhetorical one, but a math equation for you. If coordinator who cleaned up after Tony is gone, who's going to clean up for Tony? Now. So this is the great chance for him to move on. Because you think people were mad before? Wait till he doesn't have a world-class defense to jog out there and stay on the field 75% of the time. Let me tell you this. Tony might be a great fellow. He might not be a bad coach. He's not a Clemson championship level coach. I'm sorry. He had generational talent who hid his coaching ability. Most of us could call plays that Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne could execute. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Especially in the ACC. Just being honest. But we'll see. We'll see if he takes the job. My thing is, I hope he takes the job. I hope this forced Swinney to have to make some hard decisions. If Swinney stays, and I think most likely he will, but I could see him going to the Raiders. It wouldn't shock me. For all of y'all again who's arguing, he wouldn't leave for NFL, a lot of money, and I fixed every argument you could throw out there. More money. Well, he makes a lot of money as it is, and he has family and everything. Y'all keep regurgitating that to yourself. When y'all sober up, like you had to with Brent Venables, I'm just telling you. You know, I'm a stupid buck-toothed, cousin-kissing redneck until this hillbilly is right. Just like I was with Venables, and just like I was with Clemson's poor play over the past 2 years. How they didn't have any intensity left to them. No matter how many points they scored, they didn't look like they had intensity. And I told y'all I was concerned. And then they got ripped apart by LSU. But the whole thing there was, oh, that's a once-in-a-lifetime game. And then they played Ohio State. Well, you know, when you're number one and number two, you got a target on your back. And y'all keep regurgitating that crap to yourself. It was poor coaching. We were down by 7 points going into the fourth quarter against LSU. It was poor coaching. All right? Sorry. Y'all, once again, go down to the SO Club, drown your sorrows, and keep lying to yourself. But you were telling yourself the same lies about Tommy Bowden. You were even I remember a lot of Clemson fans taking up for Tommy West. Tommy West, I don't blame him for taking the job. I blame the athletic department for hiring him. That was a horrible hire. It made no sense whatsoever. It'd be like me walking over here getting a middle school coach. Go, hey, would you like to coach Clemson? Okay. Stupid. Not Tommy's fault. The athletic department didn't know what they were doing. And let me tell you this, smart people, part of the reason they're seen as smart is because they can explain away every bad decision they made. Well, you know, the reason we did this, you don't understand the inner workings of. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever get to the level to where I understand the inner workings, to where I become reckless like you, yeah, I don't want to understand the inner workings. I've heard this. I've heard this song before, but right now Sweeney's at a crossroad, especially if Tony leaves, and I think that would be a good thing. Hire Joe Brady, hire a really good defensive coordinator, and get back to the ways that made you the champion that everybody hated you only next to Nick Saban. You've done it before, do it again. We will see what's going on. We'll see what happens. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up. I'll keep showing out. Did I got a booger in my nose? Got to trim my hair. Bobby Dirkens.